Hello once again, and welcome back on our class on purposive communication. We are still on chapter 6, communication for various purposes. Today, we will be discussing about communication in the workplace. There are two words that is important to discuss in this chapter. One is communication, and the other one is workplace. Let's try to look back on our definition of communication. So, we already have said that communication is the exchange and sharing of information between two parties. And we also have said that the main aim of communication is the passing and receiving of information from one person to another. So, take note of that. The second one is workplace. When we speak of a workplace, that means it is a person's place of employment. It can be a building or a room, such as an office or factory, or a shop where work is done or performed. It is also being defined as a building or room where people in an organization perform their jobs. Okay, so that's workplace. Now let's try to combine together. Workplace communication is now being defined as transmitting of information between one person or group and another person or group in an organization. It can include emails, text messages, voicemails, notes, and etc. Okay, so communication or workplace communication is a combination of the definition of communication and workplace. Again, it is the transmitting of information between one person or group and another person or group in an organization. Okay, so that's workplace communication. Okay, so according to um, Health Foundation, Health Foundation, there are different, no, or I mean, some channels by which we can obtain information. Um, that is through group meetings, workshops, and conferences, webinars, mobile technology. So that includes texting, text messages, and mobile applications, websites, film animation. Um, or film or animation, media coverage, that means professional and consumer media, social media, letters, and emails. Another is other sources can be through leaflets, brochures, and flyers, merchandise or display materials such as posters, charts, infographics, and etc. Also through blogs and vlogs, advertisements, and newspapers. Okay, so those are different sources or channels by which we can obtain information according to the Health Foundation 2017. Now, um, there are also different principles of communication in the workplace. Of course, it's always important. One is efficiency and promptness. Okay. Two, truth and validity. Okay, so you know that already, truth and validity. Next, reliability and confidentiality. Okay, so that comes, of course, with truth and validity. No? The next one is conciseness and clarity. Okay, so now there are different types of communication in the workplace. One is internal and the other one is external. When we speak of an internal communication, this refers to the exchange of communication within the organization. No, take note of it. If it is within the organization, it's internal. The other one is external. Okay, so you all probably have an idea of this already. So when we speak of external, this refers to the exchange of communication from the organization to the outside world. Okay, outside world. That means to say it can be formal and informal. When we speak of outside world, that means to say it's already outside the organization. That's why it's external. Okay, so don't be confused. Internal, within the organization. External, it's outside, no, outside. Okay, when we speak of internal communication, there are also different, say, ways, no, ways, that is vertical and horizontal. Okay, so when we speak of vertical communication, this is a communication between employees with different hierarchical positions. Hierarchical, that means to your boss, no, or those someone that is of higher position than you are. Okay, and the other one is horizontal, that is communication between individuals having the same, okay, the same hierarchical position. Okay, okay, let's try to talk about it later. Let's try first to talk about vertical communication. When we speak of vertical communication, there are also two ways. That means downward and upward. So when we speak of an upward, no, upward communication, that means to say it's from employees, okay, of higher positions going to employees with lower positions. That's why it's downward. That means to say from your superior down to you. Okay, the next one is an upward. Okay, so you have an idea of it already. So downward, this one is upward, meaning from employees of lower positions going to employees with higher positions. Okay, that's upward. So a while ago, we already have defined what a horizontal communication is. Now, when we speak of horizontal, we have said that it is between individuals having the same hierarchical position. How is that? No, say for example, you talk with uh, manager to manager. That's horizontal. Okay, but when we speak of a manager to president or the CEO of the company, that's vertical. No? So manager to the CEO of the company, that is vertical, and that is an upward, okay, upward communication. But if that is CEO to the manager, that is still vertical, but that is a downward communication. Okay. Let's now talk about the common communication materials in the workplace. First of the materials is the minutes of the meeting. Okay, so when you speak of the minutes of the meeting, these are written documents used in informing employees who attended. Okay, okay, it can be those who attended and those who did not attend the meeting. Okay, so usually it includes, okay, the participant's name, the agenda, the decisions made or what has been discussed there, follow-up actions committed by the participants, and other discussions worthy of documentation. In short, when you speak of the minutes of the meeting, um, what is written there or what has been transcribed in there is what has been talked about in a meeting. Okay, the next one is memorandum. Memorandum is used for communicating policies, procedures, and other related official business within an organization. Okay, within an organization. So, according to the University of Minnesota, it is composed of header, date, subject line, the message or the declaration, discussion, and summary of the memo. Okay. The next one, letters. Okay, so you already know what a letter is. Okay, so there are different parts of a letter. The return address, okay, that's where you write the address of the person you are. I mean, that's probably your heading. I mean, your letterhead. Yeah, letterhead. The next one is the date line. Okay, date line is where you put the date. Then inside address, to whom it is addressed, and then salutation, that's greetings, dear, and then the body of your letter. Then the complementary clause, you probably know what a complementary clause means. That is respectfully yours, no? Yours truly, and many more. The last one is signature line. Okay, so in the signature line, that's where you put your name and your signature. Okay, so what else? We have reports. Okay, of course, the reports. No, the reports usually compose of evaluation or assessment of an issue or a set of circumstances of operations relevant to the organization. The very purpose of um, submitting a report is to examine possible solution to a problem, situation, or issue, to apply business and management theories to practical situations, and the likes. Okay. Now, what are the different elements or parts of a report? First, of course, title. The second one is the summary or the abstract, and then introduction, procedure, findings, conclusion, recommendation, and the last one is your bibliography. Okay, so again, I hope you learned something with our discussion today on um, chapter 6, communication in the workplace. Okay, so take note of this. This is on the workplace. Okay, so I hope you learned something, and thank you so much for listening.